in the heart of sub-Saharan Africa, where commerce meets progress. Welcome to SOUQ News, your source for business, economy, and development insight to drive nations forward. From the vibrant streets of Lagos, Africa's fastest economic hub, SOUQ News takes you on a journey of discovery, analyzing and reporting the facts that lay the foundation for growth and development. We don't just report the news, we create it. SOUQ News is more than a channel. It is a catalyst for change, spotlighting the stories that shape economies, inspire entrepreneurs, and fuel progress. Covering business, finance, technology, energy, and many more, SOUQ News provides a daily deep dive into the stories that matter, interviews with industry titans, and analysis that empowers your understanding of economic landscape. Join us daily as we dissect, discuss, and deliver the most relevant and factual news on business and the economy. SOUQ News is your trusted guide, empowering you with the knowledge to make informed decisions. Idumota Market. Eko Idumota, once a residential neighborhood, is home to Idumota Market located on Lagos Island. It is one of the oldest and arguably one of the largest markets in West Africa. Idumota is a historic neighborhood adjacent to the Lagos port that facilitated the slave trade, and later, under the British indirect rule, it surrounded to exports that fueled the colonial enterprise. Idumota was also the location of an armed forces remembrance cenotaph called Soja Idumota, built as a monument to Nigerian soldiers who served with the West African Frontier Force. An Eyo masquerade statue and a clock tower are also some monuments at Idumota. Idumota Market is so popular that large sales are recorded as early as 7 a.m. The market is made up of hundreds of locked-up shops occupying several multi-story buildings, with some measuring about 5 or more floors. In 2010, the Lagos State government demolished some illegal structures in order to improve vehicular and human movement in and around the markets. During weekdays, the neighborhood of Idumota is densely populated by shoppers, traders, and bus passengers. From the Carter Bridge ascending into Lagos Island, passengers can see the neighborhood before disembarking at their final destination. Idumota Market accommodates the substantial inflow of imported goods. The bulk of import from abroad are routed first through Idumota and then on to other markets through Nigeria and other West and Central African countries. The energy of private Idumota traders and wholesalers facilitate this activity, where millions of US dollars worth of wholesale is exchanged daily. Idumota Market, SOUQ Enlightenment.
Hello, welcome to News Update on SOUQ News. I'm Ikenna Mba. In a bid to support ginger farmers across the country, Nigeria has allocated a 1.6 billion naira package through the National Agriculture Development Fund and designated a 20-hectare site for cleaner ginger seed cultivation. Additionally, the government has inaugurated the Ginger Blight Epidemic Control Task Force. This was in response to a recent report stating that Nigerian ginger farmers suffered an estimated 12 billion naira in losses due to a devastating blight epidemic in 2023, primarily impacting regions in Kaduna, Plateau, Nasarawa states, and the Federal Capital Territory. Minister of State for Agriculture and Food Security, Sabi Abdullahi, who revealed this in Abuja during the inauguration, noted that the fungal infection detected in August 2023 caused widespread damage to ginger crops as well as affected livelihoods. According to him, to aid recovery, the government allocated a 1.6 billion naira package through the National Agriculture Development Fund and designated a 20-hectare site for clean ginger seed cultivation. The Islamic Trade Finance Corporation, ITFC, affiliated with Saudi Arabia's Islamic Development Bank, has inked a deal to extend $1.4 billion in funding to the Bangladesh Petroleum Corporation, according to Saudi Arabia's state news agency SPA. The financing, directed towards enhancing Bangladesh energy infrastructure, signifies the culmination of a prosperous, enduring partnership between the two entities. SPA highlighted that the financing scheme aims to bolster energy security for Bangladesh, one of South Asia's swiftly expanding economies. However, SPA did not provide details regarding the specific form of financing. The U.S. Department of Agriculture has reassured the public that despite positive avian flu tests in samples of milk collected from SOUQ cattle in Kansas and Texas, the nation's milk supply remains safe. The detections highlighted the widespread impact of the virus, also known as bird flu, which has been identified in poultry flocks and mammals globally. Investigations by the USDA, FDA, and CDC are underway in Kansas City, Texas City, and New Mexico, focusing on dairy cows displaying symptoms such as decreased milk production and low appetite. U.S. Department of Agriculture attributed the introduction of the virus to cattle in Texas to wild birds, emphasizing that the risk of human infection remains low. Measures are in place to divert or destroy milk from sick cows to prevent it from entering the food supply, while pasteurization required for milk in interstate commerce effectively eliminates flu viruses. The USDA affirmed that the commercial milk supply safety is uncompromised, assuring consumers of no health risks and predicting no impact on milk or dairy product prices. Swiss Investment Partners Group has introduced a new private equity secondary strategy fund valued at up to $12 billion, with Kevin Liu, the firm's partner and chairman of Asia. This was announced during the Milken Institute's inaugural Global Investors Symposium in Hong Kong. Liu emphasized the significance of this strategy fund, highlighting its expected size surpassing previous funds, despite starting the year with only $12.1 billion raised via 28 funds in the first quarter for the Pacific Asia region. Partners Group's move signals confidence in the potential of the secondary market as slower realizations in private equity and rising capital costs drive investors towards alternatives like secondary markets for exits. The firm, with $147 billion in assets under management across various sectors globally, has observed a notable increase in deal flows in the secondary space and expects further growth in the future. The U.S. Energy Department revealed a $6 billion federal funding initiative to subsidize 33 industrial projects in 20 states aimed at reducing carbon emissions, emphasizing its support for well-paying union and enhancing U.S. competitiveness. Energy Secretary Jennifer Granholm will announce the awards during a visit to a Cleveland Cliffs steel core facility in Middletown, Ohio, which will receive up to $500 million to implement 2 new electric arc furnaces and hydrogen-based technology. Granholm hailed the initiative as the largest industrial decarbonization investment in U.S. history, leveraging a total of $20 billion, including companies' contributions. The projects collectively aim to eliminate 14 million metric tons of pollution annually, equivalent to removing approximately 3 million gas-powered vehicles from the road. This move aligns with efforts to address global carbon dioxide emissions, particularly from manufacturing construction materials, as highlighted by the Portland Cement Association. That's it for News Update. I am Ikenna Mba. Do have a splendid day. Stay on SOUQ News.